This is Chris Kell with your Modelfit Phase 1 Workout A. For Workout A, we begin with our ab circuit. Alright, for the ab circuit, we have a number of drills in a plank position. Alright, keep in mind throughout any of these drills, you can stop, rest, come down as necessary if you start to feel this in your arms, your legs, or your back versus your core. Okay, so if you can do maybe 3 with good form, stop, rest, relax, but finish up the circuit. Make sure you're getting in here, you're moving slowly and with quality. Alright, with that said, our first exercise is a plank march. Alright, with the plank march, I'm going to start in this plank position. My abs are tight. I'm just marching up and down. I'm looking for anywhere from 10 to 15 reps on each side. So that would be 1, 1, etc. Now from here, I would come down, I would rest for a second, I would kind of let my limbs, recover a little bit. And then I move into my second exercise, which is a plank with an elbow march. With the elbow march, I'm just walking out as far as I can with my elbows, keeping my abs tight, trying not to move my back. Alright, so down and back would be 1. I'm looking for up to 10. Alright, for our final move, we have a plank elbow crawl to march. So that would be 1. Again, I'm looking for up to 10. If you find you're having trouble hitting this 10 to 15 number, start with 6 to 8. That's perfectly fine. Just make sure you're feeling this in your stomach only. Stop and rest as necessary. For our last exercise, we have what is called a bracing squat. Right, with this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the dumbbell, tighten my abs, hold this out in front of me, squat up and down 10 to 15 times. All right, to make this a little bit harder, and when I say harder, I mean more kind of emphasis here on the core. You should not be feeling this much in your arms. Make sure that you're keeping your abs tight, coming up and down, but you can extend your arms out. To make it a little easier, you can simply bring it in. You find that your arms are fatigued throughout that exercise, start with it in. There's no problem there. We just want to kind of complement that with standing core exercise. All right? I'm looking for that circuit, perform 3 times. Then we're going to move on to our strength circuit. Okay, so for the first exercise in our strength circuit, we have a bench dumbbell press. All right, with a bench dumbbell press, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into this position here. All right, I'm just pressing up and coming down. And again, for the main thing for the dumbbell press here is that we actually start in this neutral position, and then we're not coming down so far that the dumbbells are adjacent to the chest. All right, I want you to stay here, so the elbows should remain next to the chest as opposed to the dumbbells. Pause, come back. Just like we're pressing from the floor, we just have a little less support here now. All right, so the same rules apply. Again, if you can do more than 12 reps, we move up in the weight. If you can do less than 8 reps, we move down in the weight. Again, just watch that number. All right, now from here, our next exercise would be a one-arm row. All right, with the one-arm row, did this last month for our circuit training, but with this, we want to weight it up a little bit more. We want to use this as more of a strength exercise now, so we want to use a weight that challenges you to do, up to 12 reps. But again, pause at the top, hold, come down. Pause at the top, hold, come down, just like that. Again, you can drop it to the ground, get a little stretch at the bottom, but just make sure that you're not shrugging your shoulder and you're pulling it, think about pulling into your back pocket. All right, that's the main thing. For our third and final exercise, we have a single leg deadlift with 2 dumbbells. All right, so we're making this exercise a little harder this time. We're adding a little bit more resistance. I find that once you kind of get to a point with the one arm that you can only hold about 60 to 75 pounds, we need to move to 2 dumbbells. So even though this is pretty light for me, these are 25 pounders, these are still close to my limit with the grip. So again, I'm just dropping it down, trying to get to the floor, stand straight up, keep the back flat like a table. I'm looking for up to 12 on each side. Now moving on, again, I want you to perform each of those exercises for up to 12 reps. If you can do more than 12, move up the weight. Do less than 8, move down in the weight. 3 times with that circuit. Actually perform them back to back. Take as much rest as necessary, and then move into our last circuit, which is our circuit training. All right, for the circuit training, we've done this a little differently this month. All right, so once again, we're going to start out with an 8 to 12 minute circuit. The difference being is that we're going to repeat it twice, meaning we do 8 to 12 minutes, rest for up to 5 to 10 minutes, do it again. If you find that you don't have time to do it during your initial gym session, perform the second circuit at night. It's the same deal. It's actually, sometimes that's better for, you know, time purposes and recovery purposes. But again, I'm looking for 2 rounds of 8 to 12 minutes. So keep that in mind. Record the results for both round 1 and 2, okay, in terms of total rounds completed. Now for our first exercise, we have a stability ball push-up, right? For the stability ball push-up, what I want to do is get my feet up on the ball, walk the ball out, drop my chest to the floor, come back up. To make this exercise easier, I can walk it in. To make this exercise harder, I can walk it all the way out to where my feet are on the ball, which makes that a very difficult move indeed. But again, just choose one that allows you to do that with fairly, you know, in a fairly quick pace and proper form. All right, now our next exercise is a stability ball rollback. All right, with this, my feet are up on the ball. I'm going to push my hips up into the air, roll the ball back towards my butt 12 times. Key here, keep the hips up. Don't let them drop down. Third exercise, band flies. All right, so I've got 2 bands set up here. I'm going to loop the bands around a pole, chest up. Again, I'm performing up to 12, or I'm performing 8 reps here. All right, my next exercise would be, actually, I'm sorry, I'm performing 12 reps for each exercise, so 12 reps. My next exercise would be a jump squat. Hands up here like this, called a prisoner jump squat. And again, think about landing on the toes with this. Quiet landing, landing in this flex position, not landing with the legs straight. 12 reps there. We finish up. Bear crawl. All right, with the bear crawl, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. So you could crawl 12 forward, you can crawl forward and back, whatever you want, but I'm looking for 12 bear crawls. All right. So again, 8 minutes in week 1. I believe it's 10 minutes in week 2. We're adding 1 to 2 minutes per week. And again, 2 circuits of that. Now, for our post-workout sculpting, this is a little different this month. We have some exercises intended to work the arms and the outside of the hips. Right now, this is optional, but it's something that's very good if you have time. So for our arms, we have 2 sets of 12 reps of hammer curls. So I have my elbows to my side here. I'm just curling up and down for 12 reps, and then I'm going to superset that immediately with what is called a dumbbell overhead a skull crusher. So I'm here, I'm just coming up and down in this fashion. All right, so I'm looking for up to 15 reps in each position, and we end with our last pair of exercises here. Ouch. I'm going to stand on this band, exercise band, cross it. I'm looking for 12 side kicks to each side, followed by 12 steps down and 12 steps back. All right, so we repeat those exercises, repeat that final circuit 2 to 3 times if you have time. Perform everything else as prescribed, and that's your workout A.